So I just watched the Fablemans, and not even talking about the plot of the movie itself, or the sequence of events, or the characters, or it as a reflection on Spielberg's upbringing and any of that. Is it just me, or I mean, I'm sure it is just me. I've not heard anyone else talk about this at all, but I found the movie kind of unpleasant to look at. Did anyone else feel this way? Like, the sky is white in almost every scene. Did anyone else notice this? I mean, like just a bright, almost piercing white. And I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but isn't the sky blue? Yeah, I don't know. There might have been like maybe when the kid in the movie was filming the World War II battle sequence. Maybe there was there was a whisper of blue sky in that part. But otherwise, it was just this blown out, like bright white sky in every scene behind every character, and that it was driving me crazy through the whole movie to look at. And that's not all. It was this like 2007 Michael Bay, almost like a teal and orange like color timing, and like almost every scene just teal and orange, the teal backgrounds, orange skin on everyone. And it was driving me crazy to look at. And then every time there was a window in the movie, unless it was supposed to be like the middle of the night, but any other time there was a window, any point in the movie, it looked like there was like a 4 billion watt just giant lighting rig just blasting light in the room behind, just like this holy aura, like the heavens opening up, just all the light in the universe just pouring into the room through the window. It looked so weird. Like, as Steven Spielberg, or more specifically, I guess I should say, his cinematographer, Janusz Kaminski, have they ever been in a house? When you look at a window, especially with the blinds down, it doesn't look like the spotlight of like the biggest lighthouse in the world is right outside the window, pointing a light right in it. And let me turn around real quick here and look at the sky behind me. Yep, that's blue. The sky is blue. It's not white. I feel like Spielberg has been almost stuck in the same visual kind of texture with his movies, working with Janusz Kaminski for basically 30 years now. And it's kind of a shame, because at this point, that's most of his career, isn't it? Almost been stuck in the same kind of look. And yeah, it's just kind of robbed his movies of a richness and a visual texture they used to have back in the days of everything from Jurassic Park, the Indiana Jones trilogy, E.T., even Hook. Hook does not have this Janusz Kaminski look with the just blown out lighting and the just really intense white lights just everywhere in the frame. And this Janusz Kaminski look, I think it worked really well at certain points. I mean, I remember noticing it even as early as Saving Private Ryan, that this desaturated sort of look kind of did a good job reflecting sort of the soul draining experience of war, right? And especially in a Minority Report, is just a movie that blew me away visually. Just intense, glowing, like silvery atmosphere to everything. I just remember the bright lights just being numbing to the eyes in a good way in that movie. Like when the Tom Cruise and Samantha Morton are going through that mall, it looks so ethereal. It looks like a mall from the heavens or something like that. The way this I don't want to say desaturated, because it's not like it's black and white exactly, but it's like certain colors are definitely emphasized. I just picture this like silvery, golden, glowing look. And, even when he's at the house in the countryside with his ex-wife, when Tom Cruise is, and just that whole movie is just a really visually amazing experience. Just the atmosphere and the texture of it. But as the years went on, that look started to kind of grate on me a little bit. Just Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I mean, obviously that's a movie that 10,000 people have done critiques of on YouTube. I'm not here to talk about CGI, monkeys swinging, or nuked refrigerators or anything. Just the look of it. Even when it came out in 2008, I remember it looked like, you remember Bloom was the big thing in video games back then? Like any light source would just kind of glow out in almost a slightly blinding way towards the frame in a video game. I remember everyone talking about Bloom back then. It was the hot thing. And and that's what I remember thinking about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, even when I saw it in theaters in 2008. Like, it looked like video game Bloom, right? And, well, I'll give, like, Warhorse credit. It didn't quite look like that. It looked a little bit different. And I guess Janusz Kaminski is credited even for Adventures of Tintin. I don't know what he did exactly in that one, but, because it's animated, I don't know what a DP does in an animated movie. And it did work well in Lincoln, I thought. It gives almost that relative lack of color, kind of the muted vibe of it, kind of give an interesting historical texture to the scenes in there. And even for Ready Player One, the real world set scenes, it worked well. But The Post, I wasn't a big fan of the movie in any context, but I certainly, didn't think it looked very impressive. I don't know, maybe it's like, I know I just talked about it worked well for Saving Private Ryan, the Janusz Kaminski look, but then I think that was really before he discovered those just bright, popping, like, white and light sources in the frame. But maybe since then, like it works well for movies set like before the 1900 or after the year 2000, like old-timey type movies like Lincoln, or futuristic movies like Ready Player One, or particularly Minority Report, right? But like for movies set in the 1900s, like The Post, I gave an example, or I guess Bridge of Spies, it was okay, but I only saw that movie once. I don't even really remember what it looked like, but just in particular in The Fabelmans, I was just looking at it and I was just like, ugh, just calm down with these lights. Whatever setting you need to change on the camera, it's okay if the sky looks blue behind the characters. I think this would be more affecting if it would be a more affecting movie, and I would be sucked more into the atmosphere of it and the vibe of it and the feel of it. If it almost had like a little bit more of like an old school, like Technicolor look. Like, I wasn't a hardcore fan of the is it T-West or Ty West, the movie Pearl, the kind of the prequel to X, but I did really like the bold Technicolor look of it. That was really visually interesting. And The Fabelmans, I did not think that I thought it just looked bad. I'm just going to say it flat out. It looked bad to me. Every scene looked jarring and off. The light pouring in through the windows, I just hated it. And those bright white sky just looked so jarring and off. It lent like almost like this weird futuristic vibe, almost like a cold, like I'm watching like THX 1138 or something like that. This movie that should have had more of a warm kind of a visual texture. Like, we're in California, we're in Arizona, we're in the 50s. Like, make things look a little warm, make things look a little inviting. I could feel maybe the kind of colder atmosphere when he goes to David Lynch, John Ford's office at the end. But even when he's walking out after that, like maybe there's a hint of blue in the sky, but again, it was mostly a blown out sky in that film set. It should have looked like like an old school Technicolor film, like he's walking into the world of film at the end. But I don't know, I just kind of, I don't know. This video doesn't have a point. It doesn't. If I was trying to do this as a proper video essay, YouTube style, I would get clips from those movies I was talking about, like Minority Report and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and a few others, but I'm not going to. I'll just throw up a few out of context stills of the Fabelmans here just to show kind of what I'm talking about. But yeah, it just drove me crazy. And honestly, if Spielberg has maybe another decade of work in him, if he works till he's very old, which a lot of filmmakers have, what does he have in him? Maybe what are we going to see? Another 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 Spielberg films? Yeah, I'd like to see him maybe work with a different DP at this point, frankly, because I'm just kind of sick of this look. I just don't like it anymore. It was almost undermined the Fabelmans to me, to the point where I was having trouble focusing on the actual story and characters itself, because I was just so annoyed with the look of it. Well, yeah, no particular point to this, and if there's any cinematography experts out there who think I'm a moron, just comment and let me know, but I doubt it'll change my mind.